Welcome back everyone to yet again another part in my grounded walkthrough of The Last of Us Remastered. This is part 13, and we're starting the chapter, Suburbs. So at the start of the chapter, continuing on from the cutscene, what you want to do is just keep walking forward and hang to the right. Sam and Henry will split up from you and go to the left. So go to the right with Ellie and eventually you'll stumble across a boat. Go into the boat and you'll find a couple of things. You'll find a comic book and a couple of parts and I think a couple of things that you can use to craft. We will find out in just a moment when I open this door right here.
I bet Elliot like this. What? Well, it's a little bit different in the water.
One step at a time.
As you can see, I have a lot of items to craft. Now I go to the right here, just because in this playthrough I was just double checking to see if there was anything there. However, I did not find anything, so there's no reason to come right again over that log as you saw.
Can't go this way.
So instead of this bit here, you can just cut it and go straight to the left after you get off of the boat.
Yeah, almost.
And meet up with Sam and Henry. And that's what I'm about to do just here.
I think you're right.
Did everyone have boats back then?
Got a 60-foot
Hey,
yacht.
Allie! I think we found something.
Let's go see what it is.
And there's the queue with Sam. This is signifying that we are going to go into the sewers.
Hey, I bet this
So make sure to follow him up over here. And when you do, before you go in, double check on the left to see if this body has anything. Generally it won't, but just double check. If not, come and open the grate
Same time.
with Henry.
Let's do it.
Once you do your fast button pressing and let Sam and Ellie in, you'll follow them. Now the sewer bit isn't actually that difficult. There are a couple of encounters with infected you will have to deal with. Some of these being unavoidable where you have to use ammunition. Or at least that's what I'll be using. If you find a better method for one or two of the instances, well done, and use that. However, this method will get you there as well. So once you come in, look for the water to the right here and climb up it. You'll find a neat little area with a collectible, as well as some parts, I believe. As you can see, there's a part of a blade.
Gotta find a different way.
And there's some parts, as well as a firefly pendant. So make sure to come up here for that blade and those parts. Then once you're ready, come back down. And again with Ellie, you'll go to the right and Sam and Henry will go to the left.
Alright, we'll check this side out.
So it's quite simple, just follow the narration path. Now you can go to the right here and open this door, or try to. If say you can't open it because of that thing in the way, instead of wasting your time doing that, just come over to the event, hit triangle and let Ellie do her thing. Once Ellie's in, she will move that toolkit wheelie thing in the way, and you'll be able to go in. Inside there'll be a couple more things you can pick up and collect, so make sure you do that.
And voila.
So come in, collect the pills and collect anything else. Every little bit helps on grounded.
Up all the way to Tommy's.
Well, I don't know. Just gonna have to
And
see
then you can just follow through back to Sam and Henry.
Hey, this way! Looks like there's a path up ahead. Right here.
So once we're in this section here, don't bother with hitting triangle on the wheel. Instead of doing that, what you want to do is just jump straight into the water and swim underneath to get this bit of a branch, I think it is, or a metal pipe rather. Get that metal pipe out of the gateway, then Henry will lift it for you, and what you have to do is go under, and what do you know? You have to collect a plank so Ellie can jump on it and go across the water. Like I said before, it's a very reoccurring theme in the game, and something you have to do quite often.
I'm gonna have a look.
Now the wooden crate will just be up the ladder we're about to climb. To the right of the ladder, once you climb it, there'll be a shift door. In there there'll be 2 clickers and a couple of collectibles, a couple of parts, etc. you can pick up. If you want to go in, go ahead, do it. It's your choice. Right there, I'm looking at right there, that's the door. If you're going, it's absolutely your choice. However, I am not going to be doing it in this playthrough. But regardless of what you do, make sure to flip that plank into the water. Then go out, go into the water, grab it, and take it back to Ellie.
Oh, this thing again.
Let's go, Ellie.
Oh, there you go. That's smart.
I can't wait to get out of this place.
So once Ellie's on the plank, take her across to the other side, and she will restart up the generator, which is required to get that thing across with Henry and Sam.
Here goes
So let her
nothing.
do that.
All right.
Yeah, don't jinx us. Hey, give me a hand. I gotta say, I'm impressed with you two.
We're pros at this by now.
Continuing on now, after we're up out of there. Make sure to dry yourself off and come through this door here. Before you go forward, go to the left into this open door. You'll find another tool set, as well as a couple other bits and bobs you can pick up. And then once you're ready, go through these doors here.
Sort of alarm.
That's a scripted event, you can't miss that, so don't worry about that at all.
Don't look like
But once we jump over this bit right here of debris, we'll find our next weapon in the game, the Shorty, which is a pistol shotgun, which has a capacity of 2 bullets at a time, or 2 shells rather. So this weapon's very good at close range.
Calm down.
Medium it's okay, but do not go above medium, otherwise it's way too far away.
Ready?
And really the only time that I use it in the entire game is during the sewer section, if I remember correctly. Because you only really need to use it against infected, and particularly in this area because there's so many of them in 1 or 2 sections. Which again, I'll be going through with you how to get those sections, or rather how to get through them in the best way you can, or at least the best way I think. But yeah, make sure you pick up the weapon, it's a very good gun to have on you. It only gives you 2 ammo at the start, but that's okay, you'll get some more eventually.
You hear that?
Now once you're ready, make sure to come through this gate. You have to open it yourself, the other guys can't. Come through this door now, and once you hit the bottom of the stairs, it will be scripted that a whole bunch of infected will run after you. What you want to do is when you get down there, run backwards around these other guys. This means instead of having to kill the 4 or 5 infected that are there, they can actually kill most of them, and you'll end up only having to kill 1 or 2 yourself, which is excellent. So here is the first one. It's coming for me now, so I'm just going to whack him with my lead pipe. There we go. As you can see, I've got now 10 bullets in my 9mm, which is awesome. And I'm just hanging back here, letting the other infected get killed by my AI friends. Here comes another. I threw a bottle at him first, so he would be a one-hit kill with my lead pipe. As you can see, there's still 2 left. A clicker and a normal infected. And there goes that normal infected. Died very fast. And now there's just 1 clicker left. And because he was so injured already from my AI, I only had to shoot him with 1 bullet.
Seen how there was a clicker that'd been going for a while.
So use your 1 magnum bullet and then get 2 shorty shells in return, which is awesome. So again in that section, make sure to hang back. They can kill a whole bunch of the infected. Then if 1 or 2 of them run at you, just make sure to melee them or throw a brick and then melee. And then with the last clicker, let them hurt it till it's basically dead already, and then you can just shoot 1 bullet with a magnum anywhere on it and it will die. And hopefully you get the same idea with me, where you get the 2 shells as well in return. Then before going forward and down the hallway, make sure to go through these side rooms, make sure to collect anything you can as per usual. And then once you're ready, just continue on.
Hey, you think that leads
Now
out?
before you go into the designated area, turn around onto the stairs and pick up that alcohol. You will not be able to come back and pick it up later, so make sure to pick it up now, because as soon as you go to this door here, a scripted event will happen where you are trapped on one side of this wall with Sam. So you're separated from Ellie and Henry for the time being. And in just a moment, when we can play again, we will have a huge section filled with infected.
So,
And all but 2 of the infected will be stalkers, the other 2 will be clickers, which come to you right at the start of the encounter, because they already can hear you and know where you are, so make sure to deal with them.
Sam, you stay close to him.
Henry, we gotta fucking move!
You keep him safe. Go!
But yes, there'll be some stalkers, so make sure you deal with them as well. They're really annoying because they have sort of no set pattern, or they do, but it's very nifty or very tricky. But I had to cross fade there as you saw, so make sure when you come through the door, collect anything you can on the right. There'll be a couple little things you can pick up, not much though. And what I want to do is I basically just wait right over here. This is what I do, and this is what I suggest to you. Wait for the 2 clickers first, pull out your shotgun. Wait till they're close enough to get a 1-hit kill with both. So there we go. And then for the stalkers, I use my shorty. Now the reason I use the shotgun for the 2 clickers at the start are because they take more damage, they take more hits. And sometimes the shorty will not do it for them. But after you've dealt with them, what you want to do is stand and come up here. And as you're seeing right now, is I killed the first one with a shot, and then I got the second because Sam threw a brick, and then I whacked it once with a lead pipe. So basically what you want to do is stand right here and then just sprint backwards and forwards. And slowly but surely you get the attention of about one at a time of these stalkers. And wait till they're near you. If they try to hit you but miss, you can whack them with your lead pipe. And you will hit first. However, if they're close enough to you and they pull in a hit, they will hit you first even if you have your lead pipe and try to hit back. So watch out for that. But like I said, once you've dealt with the clickers, for all of the stalkers, you can literally just stand right here and then run in a circle back and forth until another one comes near you. And once it's near you, can either whack it with your gun, with your melee weapon, or if it's close enough, you can just shoot it with your gun, like I did just then. And you'll see the game will give you ammo every now and again. The game will be forgiving and give you a couple of bullets here and there, particularly for your shorty, so make sure to use them. And if you get hit, it's your choice if you want to keep that run or you want to reset checkpoint. Whenever I got hit, did reset checkpoint, and that's why you saw the crossfade. Here you see that I didn't actually get that one in the first hit, which was sad, but I got them with the punches instead, so that's alright. I also got a bullet in return, so it's all good. And there we go, some more ammunition. So the game is very generous right here with ammunition for the shorty. And like I said, this is really the only bit I use it for, so it doesn't matter if I use pretty much all the ammo, because I'm not going to use it again.
You did it. We're gonna keep going.
And there we go. Once Sam has the line, "We did it," that is your cue to know that you have killed all of the infected in this area, like any other part of the game. And as you see, the game gave me 2 shotty shells right when I killed the last one, so now I have 2 again, which is what I started with. So realistically, I haven't lost any shells, which is awesome. And once you have killed them all, make sure to go around all these rooms and collect everything you can. There are a couple of things before continuing on. But just to recap, the only thing I used there was all shotty shells, which were basically re-given to me anyway from the kills I got, and 2 shotgun shells. Now I didn't get them back in return, but that's alright. To use only 2 shells really in one whole area filled with infected that already know you're there, or infected that you have to kill in order to proceed with the chapter, is excellent. And in fact, after this chapter there aren't too many more infected scenarios that you have to actually be confronted with ever again. In fact, almost all, I believe, other infected scenarios you can avoid by stealthing through. So well done for getting past that, and once you're happy with everything that you've picked up, you can continue on. I will take another few moments to make sure I'm picking up everything, as you should be too. But once you're happy, what you want to do is just make your way over to the end of the room and boost Sam up to go and put down a ladder for you. So before I do that, I'm just going through my inventory, seeing what I have, as I'm getting a bit panicky now in terms of should I be crafting anything, because I'm getting to almost the 3rd tier of items to craft in my inventory.
Like a classroom.
Yeah, here's what you want to do. Just push Sam up here, he'll put down the ladder. Apparently that will be a very big job. It's very hard or difficult, and Joel thinks it's worth congratulating, as you'll see in just a moment. But nevertheless, keep going forward.
There we go.
Once you climb up here and go down the hallway, you will be reunited with Ellie and Henry.
Is that Ellie?
Come on.
There's the queue just there. They'll be getting chased by a whole bunch of infected, so make sure to run with them.
We gotta keep running.
Don't bother or attempt to try and stand your ground and kill them, because it won't work. So just make sure you sprint through and close this door behind you. Here it is right here.
Maybe we put it together.
Sam! He just crawled through.
He what? Sam, what the hell are you doing? Getting us out of here. Well, hurry up then.
All right, go.
Everyone upstairs. Let's go.
So now you have a full new lead pipe if you don't already. And then make your way up here. Now this is the last bit in the sewer section, and then we come to the suburbs, the actual outside world. And what's going to happen is that once you pick up this Molotov, make sure to pick that up. It's a nice scripted free one for you. Now I have 3 Molotovs and room to craft another one, which is awesome. So come up to this door, and once banging on and realizing you can't get through, you're going to boost up Ellie and Sam out. Well, rather, Henry's going to boost them out. And I'll open the door from the outside. However, they can't open it straight away. They need to move whatever's in the way, which I think is like a vending machine. So you have to spend a minute in this room with Henry alone, while infected are coming after you. So what I do is I get that cocktail, that Molotov rather, I craft a bomb, come over here, get your Molotov, and throw it to the first infected. You should hit 2 or 3 of them, and then more infected will run on top of it. And what happens with infected running over fire, like you can see right there, they will still burn. So we'll initially hit the first 2, and then another 3 or 4 after, it will still burn and get them as well, which is awesome. What I'll do is come back here, when there's another group of 2 or 3 of them, burn again. They will die, as well as anyone running over, like the clicker you see right there, who's burning up. And there we go. Now you see that Ellie has opened the door and we can get out. Now that section isn't a matter of how long it takes for you to do it, or how much time until Ellie opens the door, it's rather how many kills you get. Can't remember the exact figure, but it's something like 8 or so kills. So easy to get. Once you hit 1 Molotov out, kill 4 or 5, hit another and you should kill another 4, and that should really be it. You shouldn't need to shoot anything, you shouldn't need to waste any ammo. So that's it for that part. I look forward to seeing you in the next part, and thank you all so much for watching.
We're close. Come on, let's go.